Hey guys, it's Sharon, and in today's video we are taking a deep dive into the Tarte Holiday kits. I picked up the eye palette trio and the 5-piece face kit, so 4 blushes and 1 highlight, and I want to take a deep dive into those today. You will see some different shots, angles, clothes. I did film this on 2 different days. I originally filmed this video yesterday, however, when I went to edit the footage, I wasn't pleased with my camera angle. You really couldn't tell what I was doing half the time, and I didn't want to put up a not so great application video when you really want to see what's going on with the product. So we've refilmed that today. That's why that's a little bit different, but on the plus side, I got to use a different color story and a different blush. So that was really fun. I will include photos of the look I did yesterday, so you can take a look at that, and stay tuned for the swatches, the application, and then my final thoughts. If you would like to subscribe and see more content from me, I would love to have you subscribe down below. Also like this video if you'd like to see more like this. All right, let's get into it. We'll start with these shadows. You get 3 palettes with 8 shades each, a mix of shimmers and mattes, for $55. Let's take a look at the blush set. So in this set, you get 4 blushes and 1 highlighter shade. This is called the Stay Golden Amazonian Clay Cheek Set. This one is $45. Polished, a bright corally pink, Indulgence. This is this color I was so excited about. I have nothing like it. Look at that rich berry color. Oh, it's gorgeous. Lavish. This is a really good, like, everyday shade. Timeless. This one's more of like a brownish nude shade. Again, perfect for like every day. And the highlight shade Shimmer. This is a full-size blush. This is what you're getting in the packaging. You get 0.2 ounces of product in a full size. And in this kit, you are getting 0.05 of an ounce. So not a lot. From left to right, you have Shimmer, Polished, Lavish, Timeless, and Indulgence. We're going to start with Bejeweled. You do get a mirror with a protective film on it, which is very nice. And here are all of your Bejeweled shades. Gorgeous. All of the shimmers have texture on them, like the outside of the palette. I really like that. So let's hop in and swatch all of these. All right, I did 1 swatch each. I only swiped in the pan once with my finger and once on my arm, so you could really truly see what we're getting here. I'll read them off left to right, starting in the top left here. Opal, Statement Piece, Diamond, Facet, Solitaire, Gem, Sultry, and Bejeweled. Next up is Elegance. Love, again, that texture on the gold. It is beautiful. Elegance is your pinky toned palette, so if you love shades like this, you will go bananas for it. It looks so nice. This gets you a beautiful creamy matte white shade. These pinks, gorgeous. This matte up here, it leans purple, so pretty. And this is kind of like a good taupey shade down here. This palette has me very excited. All right, here are our swatches. Again, left to right, starting up here and then moving down below. Elegance, Heirloom, Starlet, Silhouette, Pamper, Precious, Glamour, and Retro. Last up is the Gilded palette. I think this texture might be my favorite. It's kind of like basket weave, really pretty. This is your Golden Neutral palette, so definitely more for your everyday looks, depending on what you're going for. And here are our swatches, again going left to right, top to bottom. Top tier, Fancy, Gilded, Embellish, Elevate, 24 Karat Gold, Opulent, Bronze Beauty. All right, we're going to go in with the Bejeweled palette today. This is like, for me, a cool toned neutral palette, and that's why I like this one. The other neutral palette in the bunch is more gold, and this one definitely has some pops with like that green and this navy, but specifically looking at this top 3 quadrant right here, that is like a neutral lover's dream. I don't love that this doesn't open up all the way. That's kind of annoying. But I'm going to go in with Statement Piece right here. The neutral brown on a fluffy brush into the crease. I only have eye primer on today. I don't have any like setting shade like I typically do. Since this one didn't have a shade appropriate, I just didn't do one. This is what we've got. The foundation's looking a little crazy, but so far that pigmentation is quite nice. Then I would like to go in with a brush and also a sponge to apply the shimmer shade all over the lid. Again, I'm doing that really pretty champagne-y lid shade. I'm gonna use my MAC 242 shader brush to just pack it onto the lid here. Honestly, that's like fairly punchy. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Okay, I feel like that's pretty punchy just for brush application, which is pretty nice. But I'd like to see what we can get when I use my makeup applicator sponge tips. So I'm just gonna use a sponge tip applicator. I got mine at Sally's. It's like using your finger. Oh yeah, way more intense just right out the gate, since it is like pressing it on. Now if I had sprayed my brush with like some Max Fix Plus, that would probably intensify it nicely, but I didn't do that. Then I'm thinking I do want to add some pop of green. So I'm going to use my sponge tip applicator again and go in with that really pretty green color there. Look at that. Gorgeous. And I'm just going to pack it on the outer portion of the lid. It's very sparkly, so I don't necessarily want to get it up into the crease. There's a lot of fallout down here. I experienced that with the palette I used yesterday as well. Lots of fallout because these are very metallic and kind of flaky. We saw that in the swatches, especially this green shade, that it's really pretty, but it's very flaky. Then we can intensify the crease just a bit more. I think I'm gonna go in with this deep brown right here, just to deepen up that outer V. I'm a millennial, I can't help it. I'm stuck in the outer V being deep. No apologies. I am who I am. And then I'm going to just use the fluffy brush again in circular motions to blend it out. I'm gonna work on this fallout because that's really bad. All right, we've cleaned up the fallout and there is the finished product. Eyes are done. Let's go on to the cheeks. We've got to use a blush and highlight today. So the blush I reached for out of the kit was Lavish, and I'm going to just pop some on. Wow, that's pigmented. These are some pigmented blushes. I do love a good Tarte blush. All right, let's see. Side note, I don't love the way my skin's looking, but that's not the blush's fault. I used the Patrick Ta foundation today, and I think I used too much. It might be on me, but I also feel like it's really like sinking into my pores, and I don't typically have a pore problem. So this is a very pink blush. I went with this one since it's more cool toned and the eyes are cool toned, but it's a little bit bright, a little bit bright. I already have bronzer on, so we're just gonna go in with the highlight. This is Shimmer. Can you see that highlight? I feel like the lighting's kind of weird in here today. I'm sitting in a little bit different setup, so it's easier to do the tutorial, but it means my lighting is just a little bit different. So here is the final look. The blush really got tamed down a little bit after I popped some of my foundation kind of back on top of it, so that looks a little bit better, not so crazy. I do think the eye is really pretty, like for fall, with this kind of shimmery, goldish, greenish sparkle situation. I think it's really pretty. I'm not mad at it, you know. I think that there's a lot of fallout. That's my biggest negative. There is a ton of fallout from this. I might perhaps try using a chubby stick as like the base color and then having something for that shadow to stick to. That might really help things along. I can't honestly tell you if you should buy it or not because everyone's different. Everyone wants different things. So maybe just go in store, see for yourself. Hopefully this swatch video was helpful. The application was helpful. I will say another negative to these is that while this packaging is stunning, I love it, and it's part of what drew me into it, you can't tell what you're looking at. I have to open up every single blush, every single palette to tell which one I want to use because you can't see what the product is. So that is a drawback if you do have a large collection and you want to really use these products. I think it'd be very difficult to tell what's what. Like, I don't know, I can't tell you right now which one is the highlight and which one is the blush because you can't tell. So that's a negative to consider, but I think it's really fun. I love the 3 different color stories they included. I think there's a lot of versatility there to get you daytime looks, nighttime looks, party looks. So I like that. I love the different tones of blush. That's honestly, if you had to pick one over the other, I would say get the blush box set over the shadow. That would be probably my recommendation. If you have to get one or the other, get the blush. I think you get a lot of good variety there. However, you do not get full size shades. So do keep that in mind. They are not full size, they are smaller, but there's my final 2 cents. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. I would love to have you, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye guys.